let me paste it here and enter. Let's see the data set itself. Oh, so just okay, so this is the data set, right? Thanks a lot for that. So let my Microsoft Excel, yeah, okay. So a new work blank book. I'll be using a new work blank book. Can you please confirm if you can see my screen? Um, can you guys see my screen? Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So now if I want to use okay, Power Query generally is used to automate um processes that you ordinarily um do manually, and maybe you usually do it regularly. So say for instance you have some reports that you do on a weekly basis or in a monthly basis, and the report is generally the same thing. You have the same data set. However, you have to do this every time. Maybe by the use of pivot table, you want to you clean the data, you make sure certain things are done properly before you start creating a pivot table for it or start creating graphs for it. So Power Query enables you to remove this repeated tasks completely. You only do it once, and all you just need to do is just adding this data to your Power Query, and it will automatically do it for you. Generally, so say for instance, in the morning, when you wake up, um, you arrange your bed, you sweep your room, you go to the kitchen to prepare breakfast. Maybe you like taking tea in the morning, and um, egg, maybe boiled eggs, and um, uh, let's say maybe if you are going out of the house, you switch off your electronics. Let's say you do this on a daily basis, right? And what Power Query will help you do is, once you've automated these tasks, you've told Power Query that this is how my day looks like. The following day, you don't have to do these things yourself. It will help do it for you at the time you want it to be done, and all you just need to do is just to come and meet ready made. You understand? So a lot of times, some tasks that require frequent visiting, you use Power Query for it. So there is what they call extract, transform, load. So they usually use, you hear in the data analytics world, you see ETL pipeline and stuff. So basically, it's just automating data ingestion, cleaning it, and preparing it in the right format for you to actually use. So in order for you to use Power Query, you go to data, right? Um, you need to ingest a particular data set. Now, because we are using Google Sheet, which is online, we'll just go to get data, right? From file, you have from database, from Azure, online service, others. Um, we're actually getting Google Sheet online, right? So it's from web. Sorry, it's taking some time. So um, this a prompt would now come up, right? Basically, you are going to enter your URL of the data set where you want to access this particular data set, what the link is. So I will just go to my the WhatsApp group, copy the link, and paste it here. But this for Microsoft Excel, right, it wants the Excel format, right? So under this edit, I would say really I've forgotten what this is. Okay, I think it is format, sorry, format, and what the format I want to get is XLS, which is XSLX, which is Excel format, and click on OK. Hopefully I'm correct. Otherwise, I think I'm wrong. I'd have to check. So basically, the URL then / format equal XLS. So waiting for docs.google.com. You will now have a prompt. It's called the Power Query Navigator. It's going to pop up. Oh, so I think I made a mistake. I knew I made a mistake, but I cannot really tell what. Just give me a moment. Let me check what my mistake was. Import Google Sheet to Power Query. Forgotten the format, really. Power Query. You need to enter a specific format. Sorry, just hold on. The good thing about the internet is that they are going to bombard you with a lot of information that you don't need, unfortunately. So just hold on. Let me see what the internet has for me. So before the format / format, I was supposed to say export. Yep. So I would say export, then question mark, then format equal XLS. So let's see what's going to happen. Hopefully the navigator would pop up instead of an error. Yikes. Okay. Let me do that again. Sorry, hold on. Oh, I made a mistake. It usually is gonna take time. So I made a mistake. Is XLS. This is the wrong format. So Excel workbook is XLSX. Let's see what's gonna happen. Oh, okay, so it's waiting for an to establish connection, and okay, so you get this navigator, right? And with this navigator, you can actually click on table or sheet to see the available data set that is there. So this is going to preview for you. So you either click on sheet or table. And so usually I would pick table, but if you want to pick sheet, it's fine. It's still going to give you the data set, but it has noticed that inside this worksheet, there's a table there, right? So when you're done with that, you click on transform. Don't load, just click on transform because you really want to transform the data. So click on transform. But if you want, you can load. Now, by the time you click on transform, a Power Query editor is going to come up. And so it looks completely different from Microsoft Excel, but it's actually inbuilt inside Microsoft Excel. So this is more like the technical part of Microsoft Excel. And so I think first of all, I'm going to name on my left, on my right, you can see the query settings, the properties, which is the property of the table that I've imported. So the first thing I'm going to do is to rename. I would say financial data set, right? And say maybe say data set. And you see this step, anything you do on this table, it's actually going to affect you. You'll be seeing it's more like recording it. It will record every step I take here, and it will keep recording it, and that is how you use it to automate. It's taking a record of what you're actually doing. And so I have changed the name. Once I just click elsewhere, you see that on my left hand side, the table name has actually changed. The next thing I'm going to do is, I said we should remove Montana from product, right? So in this particular case, when you filter Montana out, it's actually going to remove it. Do you understand? So when I filter it out, it's actually going to remove it. Watch what happens by my right hand side. Where do you see the applied steps? By the time I filter Montana, I'll click on OK. You can see what is showing me, filtered rows. So I've literally filtered a particular set of product out. So, and the other thing I can do is actually to rename my steps in case maybe I want to share it with somebody. So what did I do? I removed, or I filtered out, I would say filtered out Montana from where? From product column. I click on OK. It has recorded that step for me. The next thing I want to do is, now, can you see, confirm if you can see ABC by beside the column title, ABC, 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 like that, 1.2, 1, 2, 3. And somebody confirm if you can see that.
Yes, sir.
So this is showing you the data type of that particular column. What data type? So this is text, which is why you're seeing ABC. This is text, this is why you're seeing ABC. 1, 2, 3 is whole number. 1.2 is decimal. When they say 1.2, it just shows you decimal. However, you see this unit sold. When they say something is unit, a unit is literally one. So anything that has to do with unit sold, like quantity, they don't usually sell half quantity. It's expected that whatever quantity they sell to you is one. So and you can see we have 1618.5. What I want to do is just to convert it to a whole number. So I'm going to click on this 1.2 here, and I can see the different data types it has. We have decimal, currency, whole number, percentage. So I'm going to click on whole number. The next thing I want to do is selling price. I think if I get this correctly, it's actually in dollar. I'm going to, in fact, what I want to do is to convert this to currency. I'm going to do the same thing, currency, which is in dollar. Cost of sales, that's cost of goods sold, is also in dollar. Gross sales, gross sales is in dollar. Sales is also in dollar. Profit is also in dollar.
So the cost of goods sold is in all numbers.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Apologies. Currency. Thank you very much. Replace current. Yeah, I made a mistake. Many apologies. So you can see, it recorded another step for me, change type. So what I just did is to change what data type. So I can come to my applied step, right click, go to rename, and say I'll just say I changed data types, and I've recorded that. What next? And I think that is all. Maybe I want to convert this to uppercase in everything here. That's oh, so let's say United States of America. I just want to I want to change it to what short form, short form of it, which is USA, right? I can click on my country, uh go to replace values, and that's under the home tab. Go to replace values, select my column what I want to replace. So I want to replace anywhere I see United States of America. I would change it to USA, replace it with USA. And all I just need to do is to click on OK. Watch what's going to happen. Applied steps and USA, yeah, United States of America. So if I click on it, you can see automatically it's United States of America changed to USA, and it has applied another step. So I can right click and say um, replaced United States to USA, right? Let's say this segment, I want to convert everything here to capital letter, like uppercasing. What I can do is to select the column, go to transform, and go to format and say upper um, upper click on uppercase, and you can see it has converted to uppercase. So I can just say go to the applied steps, rename, I will say um, uppercase segment column. Again, you can rename it to whatever it is you feel comfortable renaming your steps. This is just reminding you that this is the steps you actually took to do this. What else? Yeah, basically that's it. So when I'm done, I would come to file, and usually if I'm in uh, Microsoft Excel, I like to close and load to, usually. um so it's remaining 15 minutes. I'll be sending out a new link, hopefully. So when I close and load to, a pop-up is going to show up, and the purpose is import data. How do I want to import this data? Usually I want to import it uh only create connection. I usually do that. You don't have any reason to, but I just love doing it. And that's because I only want it to show as a connection before I finally display my data. So now I can right click and go to load to, and I'm going to load it as a table, but on a new sheet, not on this existing sheet like Power Query. I'm going to load it on a new sheet, click on OK. Now a new sheet with the name of my data set would automatically be created, and you can now see my data. Now, unlike the filter you do in Excel, when I filter this in Power Query, in my Power Query editor, that's the product Montana. If I come here, you will see that Montana is not here at all. And that's because I filtered it in my Power Query editor. So it's assuming that my Power, I have removed it completely. Does that make sense? What else? Yeah, everything is correct. And now I can then decide to answer my questions. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions before we move on? Any questions? Okay, no questions. Jessica, any questions? Oh, Jessica is not around. Falakemi, do you have any questions? Are you there? Do you have any questions before we continue? Okay, please ask. Ask your question before we continue, please. If you do have any question. Okay, so what did she say? That yes, that is what it means, and it will affect your yes, yes, exactly what that means. So if you are using it, if you want to filter, if you want to remove a particular data set completely from Excel, you would have to filter it out, then delete it. You get. But if you are using in Power Query, if you filter in the Power Query editor, it's fine. Um, so the next thing we are going to do is to start answering these questions. And so the first question, they said, which month and year had the highest profit? So mind you, the by the time you are displaying your data set from your Power Query editor, it comes as a table, right? And so you don't really need to convert it to a table, it comes as a table. Now what I can just do is go to insert, go to pivot table. I want to, so already you can see it as my power my table or range is my financial underscore data set table, uh, um which is this table. um the other thing is, where do I want to my pivot table to be placed on a new worksheet? Click on OK. So they said, what's the question? The month and year that had the highest profit. So I'm just going to look for profit, and month and year. So what I'm going to do is just to click on date, and I think I'm going to remove quarter for some weird reason. Let me see. It's not supposed to show me this actually. For some weird reason, it keeps showing me this. It's just weird. I actually don't want the date per se. I want the month and year. So I'm going to remove the date. Okay, so now that we have this, I'm also going to go to design. I'm going to remove subtotal so that we don't have any subtotal. Then the next thing I also want to do is to um, repeat all items. Now the month and year that has the highest profit, all I just need to do is just to click on anywhere here, right click, go to sort, and sort largest to smallest. Now the problem with this is yikes. So I really cannot see this very well, so I will need to convert it by right clicking to number format and changing the format to currency, and click on OK. Okay, so what I can then do is to right click on everything, and no. So I can see December 2014 looks like it's 2 million and 2000. However, what I'm going to do is to come to filter here. I'm going to filter values, and I'll do top 10 and just click on 2. Let's see. I just want the top 2. For some weird reason, it's showing me the top two. So the pivot table is showing me the top 2 for each year, and it's treating um every year as a separate year, and that's why it's not mixing this up together. And anyways, but from what I can see here, maybe I'm just going to say top one. Let's see. I'll say top one and click on OK. And I can see 2 million. So the top for um uh 2014 is December. In December is 2 million, and the highest for 2013 is in the month of October, and the profit is what 1.5 million. So we can now see from this particular pivot table that December 2014 is the correct answer. The next question is, which country showed the highest gross sales? So now, instead of me to have to do insert again, I can just copy this pivot table, Control C. I'll paste it somewhere else here, Control V. And it's just going to copy the properties of here and put it for me there. Now, they said gross sales, right? So I'll just click on gross sales and drop it here. And I would remove values. I also remove the date because I actually don't need it. They said what country. So we'll go to country, click on the country column, and gross sales, right click, go to number format, just because I want to read it well and I know it's already in dollar. Yeah, I would say 1 decimal place. Click on OK. The next thing I'm going to do is to right click, or what you can do is also to say filter. You click on this filter, go to value filter, top 10, then you just say maybe top 2, so that you can see. So the top 2 is going to bring out the top 2 countries by what? Sum of gross sales. So it will bring it based on the top 2 gross sales. Click on OK, and you can see Canada is on top, US on the bottom. So maybe I'll just right click, go to sort by from largest to smallest, and you can see Canada is there. And so Canada has the highest gross sales. So I'll say total gross sales, and so Canada has the highest gross sales. Which product had the highest sales revenue? I'm too lazy. I'll just copy this, Control C, Control V somewhere. Make sure you keep between 2 pivot table. Just keep a reasonable amount of distance. The reason is because when I remove this filter, clear filter, is not going to overlap on this particular table. Do you get? So they said product that had the highest sale revenue, right? So revenue is what? Revenue is actually sales. Let me see. So revenue is gross sales. What revenue is everything that enters inside, regardless of what you spend. So gross sales is the difference. The gross sales is everything that enters into a particular account or that was bought, regardless of what was spent or any other addendum. Do you understand? So that's revenue. So the next thing to do is they say which product. So you click on the filter on the product column, go to top 10 and just say top 2, and you do it by total gross sales. The reason why they do this is if you have multiple column that has numbers, you can just click on this drop down and select what you want to do it by. So you can see now, you can see the top 2, Pasio, which is $35 million, and compared to VVT that is 21 million. So let me just do add total sales here. Now if I do I'm going to clear this filter. I want to apply the same filter, value filters, go to top 10. And what I want to do is say top 2. Now, once I click on the drop down, you see that uh, there are multiple entries for me to choose on. I'm either going to do it by uh, sum of sales or total gross sales. So what I also want, sorry, excuse me, is I want to do it by total gross sales, because gross sales is what is also known as revenue. So, and that is why you see it show top or bottom. So it either top or bottom by what number, item, percentage, or sum. Just leave it as item by whatever column that has number. So you can see that the product column is not here because it's not a number. It doesn't have any number entry. It has it's text based. So I click on OK, and you can see it did my filter based on my total gross sales. So that has answered that particular question. I just wanted to show you how the top 10 works. The next question, that is Passio, right? Who got this question right? How many of you got this question right? Hello? Okay, good. Just hold on. I would need to add another meeting link. I'll send it to you now. You guys can join that one. Which product would treat Khadija's where she failed? Which product showed the highest gross sales in April 2014? And so I'm going to go to my pivot table. I'll just copy. Instead of having to go to do insert, this is just an easier way. I learned this not too long ago, actually. So product has the what?
That has the highest gross sales
Okay,
in
gross
April
sales in April
2014.
2014. So I think we are still on point when we do this gross sales, right? Product gross sales April 2014. So now our date, we are going to apply filter, right? We are going to remove clear filter. Go drop down by date, or better still, I'm going to remove this. I'm just going to apply year, right? And I'm going to apply month. And so for year, I'm going to choose 2014. Okay. For month, I'm going to choose April. Okay. Now I'm now going to do a filter value label top 10, and I'm going to say top 2, or let's just say top 3 by gross sales. So you can see the first row is showing Carretera of it has a total gross sales of 1.157 million, followed by Passio, followed by VTT. So Carretera is the highest has the highest gross sales in April 2014. What was the correct answer? What did you choose? What was the correct answer?
I chose Passio, and the correct answer is Carretera.
Okay, good. And so that's how you would have gotten it. Olakemi, which of the questions did you fail? If you can remember any, which one should we attempt? Hello, are you there? Okay, so let me just so I think I'll just so I did So I've answered questions 1, 2, 3. I'll do product. So I think I've answered sales revenue. Okay, so the next question will be, which segment generated the highest profit? So I'm just going to copy this, maybe paste it somewhere here, and click on it. If it didn't show you anything, just go to okay. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. I didn't copy everything, so that's why it's showing me that. So I'm just going to come here, Control V. So so it's saying segment, right? Which is segment here. The segment that has what? The highest profit. So I'm going to click on profit and remove gross sales. Now you can see some are having minors. I'm going to right click, go to number format because I want to be able to read it well. I'm going to go to currency, click on OK so that I can read it well. Go to value filter, top 10, and I can choose top 1 if I so want, but I'm going to use top 2. So you can see the government generated highest profit by $10.261 million. So government here has the highest profit. Which country had the lowest discount given? So I can just copy this, Control C. Let me just go up here. I'll paste it anywhere here, and this time around, but instead of segment, I'll click on country, remove segment. By discount, right? I'll click on discount and remove sum of profit. So lowest discount, right? So first I'm going to right click, number format. The reason why I'm formatting the number is because I want to be able to read it well. I don't want to have to be looking and counting like what Khadija was talking about. So go to value filter, filters, top 10. Now what I'm going to do, they said lowest, right? So I'm going to click on, instead of the drop down where top is, and go to bottom. So I'll say bottom, bottom 2. So the bottom 2 will be France, will be Germany and France. So so Germany has the lowest discount, which is 1.183 million. So Germany is the answer here. Which product category had the most units sold? So what I'm just going to do is just to copy this country here again. You don't have to be doing it insert every time. This is like a shortcut for you. Just know where to paste it. So products had what? The unit sold, right? So click on unit sold, remove discount, and it said the most units sold. Now it's in thousands, right? So all you need to do is just to right click, click on the filter, go to value filter, top 10, and you can just see top 1 and click on OK, and it's Passio. Passio has about 338,238 units sold. So which is Passio here. In which month did Germany have the highest sales? So now they are talking about Germany as a country, right? So inside the country, so you are now going to use country as a filter. Does that make sense? So highest sales, you can just click on sales here. Which country had the highest sales? In which in which month did Germany had the highest sales? So we're talking about month only. So I'm just going to click on month name and just remove what was there before product, and I'm going to add country in the filter. And what I'm just going to do is just to filter for what? Germany. Right now that I have this, this is in dollars, so I'm just going to right click, go to number format, and go to currency, okay, then I'm going to filter what top the top 10. I'll just say top 3. Click on okay. And October, regardless of the year, they say month, so regardless of the year. So October had um 5.3 $5.334 million. So October for Germany. Which segment had the least amount of units sold? So I already have segment somewhere around here. I'll just paste it somewhere here. Now units sold, right? So I'll just click on units sold, remove profit. They said had the least, so it will be bottom 10, right? So come to top 10 and click on bottom, and I'll just say bottom 1. So small business had the least amount of units sold. Which product was sold the most in the government sector? So the government segment. So the government segment, the segment would be filter. Then product was sold the most. So I can just copy this. Sold the most is the number of units, right? So I'm going to take segment to filter, then product to the row. So in the government sector segment, I'll just select the government, filter for it. Products sold the most will be values, top 10, and I'll say top 2. Click on OK, pass you. The next question is, I've answered this question, right, Adija? We've answered this question, right?
Yes, sir.
So they
Yes.
say choose the segment. I'm just going to copy segment. Come here. Highest gross sales will be gross sales. Remove the unit sold. Highest gross sales would now be filtered by top 10, and I'm just going to say 1. I think it's the government, right? Yeah, so the government. And so because you can't read this thing, so which is why you have to right click, go to number format, and put the format you want it to look like. So you have about $50 million, which is government, and you guys get the rest of the idea, right? You can now continue from here.
Yes, sir.
Good. So I'm going to save this and send it to you guys. Any question? So this will be introduction to Power Query while trying to solve your problem, the introduction to Power Query. So do you have any questions before we leave? Because I'm going to give you an assignment. Any questions before we leave? Any questions? Hello, guys, any questions?
No question, sir.
What of who is there again?
She has been giving you thumbs down since.
Oh, sorry, I am not in this particular vicinity, so I wouldn't know. So no questions for now. I'm going to stop recording.